Okay guys, I'm going to show you real quickly my PSP custom firmware installed. I installed it about a year ago, maybe a little more. I have 3 games on it right now, but I have like a bunch on my computer hard drive. I can show you that on another video. I transfer them in and out a lot, like occasionally. But yeah, anyway, this is my PSP. It's a 1000 model, the fat. It's the original. It's missing the UMD cover. A friend of mine kind of like ripped it off, but it still works perfectly. You can like put the UMDs in here and it'll work just normal. It's fine. Anyway, let's get back to the games. So I'll turn it on, and I'm running an Xbox 360 theme. So when it turns on like that. It has a custom game boot as well that also looks kind of like an Xbox. The icons are completely different. It has like little folder tabs on the sides. And yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. But it's a pretty good theme, I think. So for saved data, I have a lot, so I'm not even going to bother showing you guys that. Just so you know, this is the custom firmware that I'm running. I'll show you in a sec. Version 5.50 Prometheus 4. It's the latest custom firmware. It's basically just an update to 5.50 Gen Z3, but it has the major difference that it allows you to play games that require official firmware 6.20 and higher, up to 6.35, I think. And okay, so I'm going to show you how I can run games off of my memory stick. No UMD, as you saw, no UMD. Just gonna run games straight off the memory stick. I have a 4 GB memory stick, by the way. I will show you. Just hold on. As you can see, I have my games in categories. So these are my minis, which you can get off of the PlayStation Network. I didn't. I just downloaded them, but for free. So. This one's Field Runners. It's actually really fun, but you just have to, like, for most people, it's better if you're like really bored to play it, because it's not that great, but it's certainly something that you might get into. These are homebrew games. This one's is called Chicken Invaders. It's based off of Space Invaders. Basically the same thing, except that you shoot chickens instead of spaceships. This is Lite Cycle 3D. It's based off of the Tron games and movies. It's just Lite Cycle, really. The Lite Cycle minigame. If you crash into another light wall thing, you die. That's it. This is just a random shooter game. You're in space. You're a spaceship. You just shoot. That's it. Emulators. I have a Game Boy Advance emulator, which lets me emulate Game Boy games. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's called PSP Kai, if you guys want to look that up. It's really good. I don't use it as much as I used to, but it's good. Applications. IR Shell. This lets you use a program called NetHost, and it basically lets you play games and watch movies, play music, anything that's on your computer, on your PSP, without having to use a USB. This is PSPTube. It's basically YouTube for PSP. This is USB ISO loader. You connect a USB cable to your PSP and to your computer, like this one right here, and it will allow you to play ISO games, ISO files off of your computer on your PSP. PSP filer, you can rearrange, rename, delete files on your PSP memory stick if you want to. This is PSP Dictionary. That's pretty self-explanatory, although it translates too. It doesn't just give definitions. This is Book Reader. It allows you to read JPG files and text files. Sorry, not JPG. What are those called? Hold on. I'm not exactly sure what they're called, but those like what are those called? Well, I'll see if I remember. Whatever. That's not really important. GoPod. This is basically light MP3. It's just modded to look like more official Sony, like the PSN store and stuff. It's basically like lets you see your music, it play music and stuff, kind of like the regular media player on the PSP, but it has some advantages. I'll get into that in another video. This is Netfront Beta 4. It's beta because it's just like it's not a full program, but it certainly works perfectly in my experience. It's basically an internet browser, but it allows you to completely use the entire RAM capacity of your PSP. So in my case, since it's a PSP 1000, the fat model, it has 32 megabytes. On the Slims, it has 64. So yeah, this is Onemanga PSP. If you guys have ever gone on the Onemanga website, it's basically just lets you read manga. So yeah, this is PSP-Maps. It's like Google Earth. And these are my games, and this is my custom firmware updaters. This is just Prometheus 4 update, which is what I have installed right now. These are my games. I have Tekken 6, Phantasy Star Portable 2, and Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. So, yeah, I'll show you real quick. I can run these games straight off of my memory stick. I don't need a UMD. As you already saw, there is no UMD in the drive. It's empty. So anyway, as you can see, it lets you run games. I'm not really going to play it because I can't really play while I'm holding up this camera, so I'll just let you guys see that it turns on, starts perfectly. I'll load a game if you want. Continue. Yeah. See. See if I can. No, I can't do it. I can't. Whatever. So yeah, and I have an application installed called cwcheat. So, sorry, if I hold the select button down for 3 seconds, it goes into this screen. I can like apply cheats and stuff, but that's not what I'm going to do with it. That's not really what I use it for. What I use it for is this. Once I have that, you can basically configure it so you can choose any button specifically or any button combination. In my case, it's the up and it's volume up and volume down, and I just press them at the same time. Oops, shit. Press them at the same time, and this is what happens. I'll show you. Press them like this, and the game stops. The memory stick flashes for a couple seconds, and basically what that does is, I'll show you in a second. Capture folder, and if you look inside of the folder, you will see these pictures that have screenshots, and for some reason it didn't come up. Oh well, what it does is that it takes a screenshot and saves it onto your memory stick. I don't know why it didn't work, but yeah, it worked before. These are screenshots that I took. This is my character in Final Fantasy, in Phantasy Star. That's my character on God Eater. I created God Eater, in case you're wondering. It's a very good RPG. It's coming to the US and Canada in 2 months, March 8th. It's a really good game. You might want to look into it, and you get to create your own character, mix and match weapons like guns and swords and shields and stuff, fight these creatures called origami. It's really interesting, so yeah. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. In case you're wondering on how to install custom firmware or custom themes, I will gladly make a video on how to do that. Just message me or comment, subscribe, anything, and I will certainly get back to you. Maybe not immediately because I'm not always on, but I will certainly get back to you. I have no problem. So thanks for watching, guys, and hope you have a great day.